Today is the day that everything changes. Look at you. You're so young, vibrant, and full of energy. So much more life ahead of you, and yet already so wise. I wonder, did you know then what I know now? That when you made this choice, it would set us on a course for a truly rich and powerful life. You wanted an edge, a little extra flexibility, faster recovery from those spontaneous adventures, feeling good, clear mind, confidence, and abundant energy to embrace everything you set your sights on. Yes, including him. Your commitment to wellness gave me the hope I have today. Motherhood changes your world. Some days things may feel a little upside down. Oof, the juggle is so real. But mostly, you hold it all together with ease and grace. Keeping up with the kids, crushing it at work. Every room you walk into feels more alive. And because of her, you have a new reason to recommit to yourself. Your healthy habits become the legacy you hand down. In all the years to come, you're still full of energy. You still have an edge. Yes, your body changes, but mostly in ways that you love. You still go on spontaneous adventures. You can still keep up with the kids. And you still embrace everything life has to offer. Because of this day, and your commitment to every day since, to move with intention, to eat well, to laugh often, to stay centered, to teach by example, to reach for every advantage. Every day you made a commitment to me, your future self. So I just want to say thank you for the choice you make today to live your most powerful life.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jeannie Gerke, and I will be spending the next half hour or so with you chatting about metabolism. I've been using doTERRA products for about 10 years now and absolutely love them. And I love sharing the power of them. So I want to talk to you tonight about living your most powerful life. So health and vitality at every age. Now, before we get started, I want to talk to you about change. I believe that every person wants to change something for the better about their life and about their health. And that when they get the right tools, they can actually make it happen. But I also believe in personal choice. So if you hear something during this presentation that you feel can help you change, then obviously do it. But if you don't find anything, then don't do it. Deal? Okay. If so, just say out loud, I'm in. And even if there's somebody around you and you say, I'm in, do it anyway, because it's better to reaffirm things out loud. So our goals for this class is, do you control your metabolism, or does your metabolism control you? Why we need a metabolic health awakening, especially right now. The relationship between health span, biological aging, and actual metabolic health, and the differences between. And some tools to slow that biological aging and put more life into your years. So you ready? Let's get started. So what's preventing you from living your most powerful life? What I want you guys to do right now for me is on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the best, rate the quality of your life in each of the following areas. So, energy, weight, mood, sleep, clarity, stress. These are all things that affect your metabolism and that affect your life and also affect aging in your life. So do me a favor, just take, I'll give you 30 to 45 seconds right now. So on a scale from 1 to 10, like I said, 10 being the best that it could possibly be, and 1 being not so good, and there's a lot of room for improvement. Okay, when I first started out with this, my clarity and my focus was like a 1. Couldn't remember anything. At least it seemed to be that way. I was forgetting stuff all of the time, and it was very frustrating. And that in turn was affecting my mood as well. So my clarity was a 1. So let me know on a scale of 1 to 10, just write it down on a scratch piece of paper next to you and keep that next to you. Okay. And just write down the first thing that comes to your mind. Don't have to think about it too much. Now that you have those 6 rated, let's talk about metabolic health. How is your metabolic health? How are those 6 areas? Because that's not all that goes along with metabolic health, but those are main areas. Did you know that only 6.8% of the US population have optimal cardio-metabolic health? That means that there is a lot of people walking out there that really don't feel as young as their biological age says that they are. So what I want to talk to you guys today about is 3 important things about metabolic health. All right. The first important thing is digestion and absorption. So good metabolic health means that your body can digest and absorb nutrients from food from healthy, stable levels of blood sugar and blood fat and insulin. So fluctuation in these levels, can be natural and normal, but it's important to avoid those great big spikes in those valleys, which can contribute to unfavorable long-term health and accelerated aging. Now, the second important thing about metabolic health, and say it out loud with me, because again, when we say things, we can remember them better. The first one was digestion and absorption. The second one is lifestyle pillars. Now think of a table. Let's say it's a table that has 1 leg. How stable is that table going to be? It's going to tip over pretty easily, right? It's not even going to be able to stand on its own. Now think if that same table had 5 legs. I know typically a table has 4, but let's say it had 1 in the middle, even it had 5 legs. You imagine how strong and viable that table would be. You could put almost anything on it and it would be able to stand straight and hold it, right? Think of these 5 things as the 5 legs or the 5 pillars of your health. These are very important to metabolic health and the health of the entire body. You want to incorporate in there healthy eating of some whole foods. You want to have some kind of daily movement. You want to have healthy, strong relationships with other people in your life. You want to have stress management, and you want to have smart supplementation. All right. Smart supplementation also means natural whole food supplements. Now, the third thing about metabolic health is age. Yep, I know. Metabolic health and biological age are inseparable. How many times have we gone somewhere and you run into somebody that you used to know like 20 years ago, and you look at them and they look like they did 20 years ago? They look like they haven't changed at all. In fact, you're looking at them going, you haven't aged at all. You look exactly the same way the last time I saw you. Now, how many times, though, have we run into another person that we haven't seen for 20 years, and they look like they're 20 years older than their chronological age? So instead of 40, they look like they're 60. Why is that? Why does that happen? And I don't know about you, but I would rather be older and look younger. The one thing is, lifespan is the years or the amount of birthdays that we celebrate. Okay, how many years we've actually been alive, or how many trips around the sun that we've had every year. Health span, however, doesn't always match that. Health span is how we feel. How young do we feel, or how old do we feel? And up until this day, for the most part, we've always been told that, well, it's just a part of getting older. It's just a part of aging. You're going to have less energy because you're getting older. You're going to struggle with sleep because it's just a part of getting older. You're going to forget things because, well, it's just a part of getting older. Get used to it. And unfortunately, we don't always feel as young as we could. And when you look at this chart here, you look at that second line, that dark, almost black line. We've had some great advances in science, especially over the last 40 to 50 years, that can extend our life for up to 15 to 20 extra years. Okay? Great medical science breakthroughs that have helped us do that. Unfortunately, though, when you look at the health span, you see that that doesn't really improve all that much in those last 15 to 25 years that we've learned how to extend our life. Now, if you look at that orange line, that's a person who's at optimal health, possibly an athlete, someone who's taken care of themselves and made sure that the body got all the right tools that it needed. Look at the quality of life and the difference there. The quality of life starts to match more the actual lifespan and the amount in years of life. So how do you change that? How do you close that health span gap? The hallmarks of aging begin to appear about 25 years. Dramatically and steadily, the NAD plus, which is a molecule that is critical for metabolic function and the ability to replicate DNA in a healthy way, that starts to drop off year after year after year. And of course, that metabolic function declines with it. We don't have as much energy. We don't have as much mental clarity anymore. Sleep becomes more difficult. Sometimes weight gain becomes a norm, basically. And unfortunately, this shows up in these health obstacles. Like I said, maturing fat cells or that extra weight gain. You have blood sugar spikes. And you also have cellular integrity. So your cells are not replicating as quickly, and they're not replicating as healthy as they should. Plus, on top of that, we have other obstacles like inferior supplements. All right. There are a lot of supplements out there, and we will talk about the ones that can actually be very superior and very good for you and how you can find them. Now, I want you to think about those 6 things that you rated at the beginning of this class. I want you to start thinking. Look at the top 3 areas there. What's it going to cost you if you don't fix those 3 areas of your life? What would it feel like to live your most powerful life? What would it feel like if you could fix or improve those 6 areas of your life, or even 3 of the most vital that you have that you scored the lowest. This is where the MetaPower system comes in. Okay, so I told you about the 3 important things to metabolic health, which is, remember, digestion and absorption, lifestyle pillars, number 2, and number 3, biological age, along with that health span age. Okay, now we're going to talk about 3 ways that you can dramatically improve that metabolic health. And that is where the MetaPower system comes into play. So those metabolic health obstacles, maturing fat cells, that part of weight. So we've got fat cells, you guys. Everybody has them. We are born with some, and we can add some. However, fat cells don't ever go away. They can shrink down to be little like those on the left, or they can expand if we eat more than we expend and we store the fat like that picture on the right. But they never totally go away, but we can shrink them down. This is one of the ways scientifically that has been shown in clinical studies that can help to inhibit fat cell maturation, curb those cravings, especially carbohydrate cravings and sugar cravings, and it can support metabolic health. What is it? It is a blend of doTERRA CPTG essential oils. This blend, called the MetaPower blend, can be delivered in 4 different ways shown here in the picture. One is the oil itself. It can be added to water and enjoyed that way. We've got MetaPower beadlets, which is about 1/4 of a drop in a beadlet. You can pop one of those in your mouth whenever you're feeling cravings, whenever you want to stave off hunger, and it can actually help to expend some of that fat and release some of it from your body. We also have the gel caps too, the soft gels, that has about 4 drops of the oil in there and are ingested as well. We even have some MetaPower gum that can help to stave off those hunger cravings and that in-between snacking that may not be so healthy for us. So that's number 1, curbing those cravings. Number 2, to help improve your metabolic health, is blood sugar spikes. Now, some of you may not quite understand how blood sugar works within the body. Imagine, if you will, you have a really beautiful car. It's brand new. You go stomping on the gas and you go 120 miles an hour, and then bam, you slam on the brakes just like that and screech to a halt. And then you stomp on the gas again and you go 120 miles an hour, only to stomp on the brakes again quickly and come to a massive halt. This is how blood sugar is working in your body. When we are eating a high carb, simple carbohydrate diet, this is how it affects our blood sugar. Now imagine that same car and you do this all day long. You do this every day for a week, every day for a month, every day for a year. How do you think it's going to affect your brake pads, your discs? How do you think it's going to affect your gas mileage? How do you think it's going to affect other parts on your car and how they function together? Pretty soon, your car is going to start to break down. Pretty soon, there's going to be a lot of parts that are going to need to be fixed and replaced. And sometimes you're going to have to go to outside sources and able to fix that car. Remind you of something? How many of us are turning to medical science to fix some of the things that have broken in our bodies? This also breaks down our metabolic health and how our body actually produces energy. So MetaPower Assist comes in. This is a capsule with ingredients in it that can actually help to decrease post-meal glucose spikes. It helps to reduce absorption of simple carbohydrates, and it helps to support healthy blood sugar responses. So that means that it can help stabilize the energy levels throughout the day and flatten out those deep spikes and valleys that you can experience. This can help you to get to a better diet that better suits your body and can help you with how many of us, when we're really hungry for something, we get what we call being hangry. You're hungry and you're angry and you're moody and you're just biting off people's heads and you're just not happy because you're hungry all the time. So the oil, along with this, can help with the mood swings. So who wouldn't like to say goodbye, mood swings? See you later. So this can also help with that energy level that we talked about at the beginning of the class as well. This can also help with mental clarity. So this is the second thing. So number one, we said to dramatically improve metabolic health is you want to curb those cravings. Number two, you want to help to balance that blood sugar. And number three, collagen and NAD+. So what do we mean here? This addresses cellular integrity and how your body actually replicates all of your cells that have been damaged. It helps to repair things. So it promotes healthy biological aging. It improves cognitive function, which there's that mental clarity and focus, you guys, and that memory. It supports lean muscle and connective tissue. So your joints and muscles can start to feel better. And it can improve skin elasticity and firmness. So sagging skin, you can say goodbye to some of that. So I don't know about you, but I'm all about looking better and feeling better. So this can help with those skin issues. It can even help with sleep. And it helps with that mental clarity. So with these three things, we have now helped all 6 of those things that we talked about at the beginning of the class. So you look good and you feel good from the inside out. MetaPower Advantage. This is our collagen, you guys. And like I said, it promotes that healthy biological aging and improves your health span. This is one of our doctors, one of our medical doctors. And if you've ever been told that this is just the way things are because you're getting old, she is someone you need to listen to. She's been using the MetaPower Advantage, the collagen supplement, and she's going to share with you some of her results.
One of the first things I noticed was an increase in my mental clarity. As a single mom with 2 kids running a medical practice, brain fog is a real thing, and it's really difficult sometimes for me to switch gears in between patients and wearing my mom hat. And that's one of the big things that I have noticed during the time I've been on MetaPower. That energy, that clarity and focus is sustained. 2 to 3 weeks in, people started making comments about my skin, like, your skin is glowing. I walked into this event and the teacher was like, you're glowing today, Dr. Anderson. And I was like, MetaPower. But those are the things that I just didn't expect to happen. I feel like I've been fighting to get under the 200-pound marker for the last 3 years. I've played college basketball, I competed in pageants and fitness competitions, so I've seen my body in tip-top shape. I was kind of getting to the point where I thought, this is the new mom body. You're just going to have to live with it. You're not going to see those days again. You will never have an ab muscle again. In the first 30 days, I was able to release 14 pounds and got under the 200 mark, which I have not seen in 5 years. Feeling the energy, feeling the mental clarity, seeing the shift in the body, game changer.
So almost everything you've been told about collagen is wrong. It's true, guys. With our collagen, it is 12 times more bioavailable. Why? Because we have tripeptides. A lot of collagen out there is just peptides. They're way too big for the body to digest and actually use. So remember when we talked about it has to be digestible and it has to be able to be absorbed. Remember, that was the first important thing about metabolic health. Most of the other collagens that you have out there on the market have maybe 1 or 2 types of collagen in there. Most of them are for skin and nails. doTERRA's Advantage has 9 unique collagen types, and they're activated by you. So it is in a powder form, and you have to actually add water to it to activate it. Okay. And because it doesn't come in a liquid form, it doesn't need to have preservatives in it, and it doesn't need to be pasteurized, which breaks down a lot of the enzymes that are vital to the collagen and what it does. So we are a marine-based collagen, and here are the 9 different types that you will find. I like the number 25 one myself because it supports normal brain aging. And who doesn't love that? So no matter what age you are, if you are over 25 years of age, this is something that is vital to the human body and is very much in need. So these are some of the things that our collagen can actually help with and promote and work on. It comes from sustainably sourced cold water marine fish. So there is no bovine, there is no other animal collagen in it. And this is very sustainable, and it comes from a source in Italy. These are the ingredients that are in the Advantage. So along with the marine collagen, you also have NMN. This can increase the NAD+, like we were talking about before, that your body vitally needs to make energy. Okay. It also includes NADH, which again can increase the NAD+, which can increase the energy in your body. Not just energy to wake up and do the things you need to do, but also to have mental clarity, and also for your body to actually be able to have the energy to reproduce cells in the body, cells that are healthy and not damaged. A lot of times our body doesn't have the energy to keep up because our cells get damaged just from breathing, just from everyday living. Our body needs to be able to have enough energy to repair those cells to be able to stay healthy. And again, to help keep that metabolic health span equal to the lifespan in years of time here. So there are some other supportive parts of the Advantage. So like the resveratrol, which that also can increase NAD+ in the body, according to the preclinical studies. And again, you guys, these are backed by studies already and human clinical trials. All right. We had people that were wearing continuous glucose monitors throughout the day while they were going through all of this testing. So the proof is there that this really does support the body in many different ways. Now, our collagen does not have any GMOs. It does not have any gluten. It does not have any sugar added to it. It is basically sugar-free. It is flavored with a fermented stevia, so you don't have an aftertaste that's bitter. It has no preservatives, no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, and no artificial anything, you guys. So those metabolic health obstacles, remember when I said, inferior supplements? Well, guess what? There's a lot of supplements out there that are not all created equal. There's a lot of them out there that they have a lot of fillers, they have artificial colors, artificial flavors, they're loaded full of sugar. And like I said, a lot of the liquid ones out there must be pasteurized, and they are loaded full of sugar as a preservative so that it can be shipped to your door. We have avoided all of that. Now, here's a little bit more about the MetaPower system with some of the people who have been using it for the last couple of months and some of the things that they have noticed as a result of using these products.
Here's what I think is really cool about these products. They will support every person in going to their next level.
Throughout life, we're all going to face different challenges and struggles. And for me, what I realized that when life was hard, when I was struggling, I would go to food to comfort me. And the difference for me that I've realized is that I'm not going to the chocolates. I'm not going to the pizza.
I found that when I do have those cravings, just chewing the gum or grabbing a couple of beadlets completely takes that away. And it's even gotten to the point where things that I normally would enjoy are almost too sweet for me now. It's like my body has just realized that we don't need that level of sugar intake.
Even if you don't know what changes you want to make within your health, these tools are going to help your body go there.
One of the things I've loved about this experience has been the quicker recovery after exercise. I've noticed after lifting or running that I recover much quicker, and I've really felt a lot stronger in the gym. Exercise just feels easier and I feel ready for it, and I don't need as long of a recovery time, so I'm able to go back a lot sooner.
With MetaPower, I have so much energy. I sleep so great. My body is listening and moving in ways that it hasn't in years.
I got the products during my trip that I take every summer out to see my family. We were staying up late playing night games with my family the night before at our family reunion and all of this stuff. And that whole next day on my drive home, I didn't have to stop and get any caffeine to help stay awake. Like, I just felt this sustained energy throughout that whole day when normally that would have knocked me out.
I'm so much happier during the day because I feel rested. I feel like my brain is actually functioning the way it's supposed to and I can think clearly.
My sugar cravings are down, and so I am enjoying food better, like real good food. And I literally feel young. I can't even put an age on it. I just feel young.
So how do you use these products? Really easy, guys. It is simple as 1, 2, 3. So step 1, you add the MetaPower Essential Oil Blend, the soft gels, beadlets, or gum to your daily routine, helping to stave off some of those cravings and snacking, especially unhealthy snacking like sugar and junk foods. Number 2, you assist then and take MetaPower Assist with your largest meal of the day. This helps your body to not absorb some of the simple carbohydrates that are in that meal so that they can be passed out of the body and they don't affect the blood sugar as dramatically. Then step 3, the MetaPower Advantage, which is the collagen. You take 1 sachet, that's what it looks like per day. You pour the contents into 5 to 8 ounces of cold water. That's how it tastes the best. You shake to dissolve the powder entirely, or you can use one of those little coffee mixers as well. That's what I use. And you mix it up entirely before drinking. You might see some little dark specks in there. Don't panic. It's not dirt. It is chlorophyll, which helps the body to absorb the collagen better. All right. So that's why we said this is 12 times more absorbable than any other collagen that you're going to find out there. You can take this at any time during the day. I have found that if I take it in the morning, it helps more with the mental clarity and with the energy throughout the day. If I take it at night before bed, it helps me to sleep even better. So it's all what is individual for you and what helps you the best. And we can help you with that. Now, in the beginning of class today, I asked you to rate yourself. okay, in those 6 areas. But now I'm going to ask you just to dream a little bit. So just for a few minutes with me, I want you to dream. If you could wave your magic wand, what would you want your health to look like in the next year? And then what about 2 years from now? What about 5 years? What about 10 years from now? Write it down, because you know what? When we write it down, it becomes more real to us. And if you want to, you can share in the chat box what that is, but you don't have to. So I want you to imagine that. Would you imagine that it would be the same, or would you imagine that it would be better? What if it does stay the same? What if it doesn't get better? But what if it does get better or could get better? What would your life be like? What are some of the things that you could do that you can't do right now because of your health or how you feel? What would your quality of life be like? As I said in the beginning, you guys, I've been using doTERRA products for about 10 years now. And I began using them because our number 5 child out of 6 was diagnosed with autism when he was 3 years old. He's pretty much nonverbal, so it's very hard for him to communicate. It's very hard for him to be social. And by the time he was 10, it was very, very hard for him to calm himself. So he was literally bouncing off the walls, and it was nearly impossible for him to sleep. He would sleep maybe for about 4 hours a night, and that would be it. So we went to the doctor when he was 10 and explained what was going on. And the doctor said, well, the only thing that we can do is medicate him. And I said, yeah, but what does the medication, what effects does it have during puberty? Because he's only 10. And they said, well, we think it's pretty safe. They couldn't give me a definite that, oh, yes, it's safe, because they really didn't know. Okay. And my husband and I talked about it. We really didn't want to do it, but we didn't think we had any other choice anymore. We thought there wasn't anything else out there. We had tried different natural things and nothing seemed to help. And shortly after that, I went to a chamber meeting for work, and there was a lady there that was talking about doTERRA essential oil products. And she was describing my son, because she said there's oils that, there's things that can help with sleep. They can help with calming. They can help with just, shutting off mind chatter and helping with focus. And I'm like, well, she's describing my son right there. So I went up to her afterwards and I said, yeah, but do they really work? And she said, oh, absolutely they work. And I said, oh, absolutely. You're just trying to make money off of me. And luckily for me, she was very graceful, and she offered me an essential oil blend to roll on his feet that night before he went to bed. And she said, tell me what happens. And I did that the first night thinking nothing was going to happen. But when I did, in about 5 to 10 minutes, he was mellow and he was quiet, and he watched his movie instead of acting it out. And he went to bed at 10 o'clock instead of 1 o'clock in the morning, and he slept all night. I thought it was a fluke right away, of course, just a coincidence. But after 3 nights in a row, and I got that same exact result, I knew that I needed to learn more about this. And as I learned more about the oils, I knew that I needed to help other people learn about the many, many benefits. So do you remember in the beginning when I mentioned that if you find something today that works for you, then do it? Well, I'm now going to give you 3 ways that you can get these tools to improve your metabolic health. That is as soon as my slide goes. There we go. So there's 3 ways that you can get these wonderful products into your own home. All right. You can order retail, which I don't really recommend for anybody because it is far too expensive and the most expensive way. to purchase oils. Usually the only ones that pay retail are in professional settings like chiropractors, massage therapists, doctors' offices, where they're going to be reselling the product to their patients at retail. The second way is wholesale. So you get the best products for the best prices. It's kind of like a Costco membership, where you pay a yearly fee and you get 25% below retail. And number 3 is how I purchase my oils, which is wholesale plus points for free products. You get 25% below retail with a wholesale membership. You earn free products with the loyalty rewards program. So on top of that, there are 3 types of people as well. Now, you may be the person that looked at all of this and you said, yes, I want to live this wellness lifestyle. I want to feel better. I want to look better. I want to enjoy things better. And that's great. But there are some of you that are the share to get your products paid for. You're sitting there saying, oh my gosh, this is great. I want to use this, but you know what? I think this would be great for my mother. I think this would be great for my uncle, and my friend so-and-so would just love this and enjoy this and really needs this, and I want to share that with them. And you can get free natural health care. Wouldn't that be awesome? Now, the last one for some of you is the build area. So you want to earn income and make an impact. You're like, oh my gosh, I want to do what you're doing, Jeannie. I want to be part of this. Show me how to do that. So if you are the third person there, please talk to me after class so that you can be a part of that. All right. There's great nutrition that goes along with metabolic support. So we have that as well, and we can talk about that. So how do you get these products in your home? It's pretty simple. With the system, it contains all of the things we talked about for $179 wholesale. It's going to get you a membership for the rest of the year so that you can keep getting, you can keep supporting yourself with the tons of tools that we have. And you're going to also get free shipping. And not only that, I don't want to leave you alone. So I'm going to throw in our 8-week continue education classes that are totally free, and you can come to them online and we'll teach you more. And the second thing I'm going to offer you is a free wellness consult in 10 days from now. This will help to remind you how to use all of the products that you're going to be getting here. So I need to ask you, are you open to getting started with this kit? If you are, I want you to text me with I'm in. If you text me the secret word lavender, I will know that you watched this presentation and that I will know exactly what kit that you are looking for and getting started with the MetaPower. So when you know better, you can choose better, guys. And I am really, really glad that you joined me today. I hope that you learned something from this. And like I said, if you found something that you think will help you, then do it. Message me as soon as you can, and I'd be happy to help you get started. So have a wonderful night, you guys. I'm glad that you joined me, and I hope that I helped you learn something new. I will talk to you very soon. Good night.